Hey everybody, and welcome back to the My Therapy in the Box podcast. It's your girl and your host, Courtney Porter.
Hey, what's going on, man? It's your boy, Marcus Porter. We back in this piece.
We are here. So excited. Hope you all are doing well out there. Hope you all are also staying safe. Today, we are talking about how COVID-19, aka coronavirus, revived our business. And I'm sure for those of you that hear me and are looking at me, you just like, what? Like, revived your business? What are you talking about?
Yeah, they probably think we done lost our mind. Like,
right,
there's so much going on in the world.
Yeah, like
how in the heck has it revived your business when businesses are closed?
I know.
Yeah,
like,
they're like, man,
people are in pain, people are hurting, but yet you the exception to the rule.
But yeah, man,
we're not saying that.
It's just a lot going on right now.
It is.
With our nation, with the coronavirus, and we heard about this back in July. I think we may have heard like a little something about it back in not July. I'm sorry, but January.
Oh, I was really thinking maybe July. Like, really?
Yeah, and so we we didn't think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? We was just thinking, well, as long as you just stay over there, we'll be good.
Yeah. Actually, it was probably the end of last year.
In the last year, in the last year, and so
because sometimes we tend to think that problems are we're so far removed from it, especially when it happens in other countries, and we don't. And we think like, oh, that ain't gonna come over here. It's not gonna reach over here.
Man, little
did we know, that it was a couple of airplanes away from reaching the U.S. of A.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So, we've now been on a shutdown with somewhat of the mayor in our state. I guess it was our state or city. I don't know. Ordered a safer at home policy where everyone, if you don't have it, was it a non-essential versus essential?
That's exactly what it is.
If you don't have an essential business, or if you're a non-essential business, you can't operate in the county of Shelby.
So pretty, as we all know, any personal grooming, clothing stores,
photographers,
anything to do with your physical, I guess, well-being, gyms. I guess it's non-essential because who cares about what I look like, right? Who cares about my hair or my nails or my body shape? Yeah.
So, they shut that down. We've been on this thing for about 30 days now. And so it's been a little over 30 days. And so they ordered it I think sometime in March. And so
in March.
I remember going out and I'm a photographer, so I wanted to kind of document some of the city. And I remember going down to the riverfront or the river walk, or whatever you call it, downtown Memphis, near the river,
and on Bill Street.
On Bill Street. But the first time I went just to the river, and there was a whole bunch of people out there chilling. There was kids out there playing, people flying kites, and people running, exercising, just having a good time, doing the safer at home policy. And I think the city kind of cracked down on it, so they blocked off the whole city downtown to where civilians are not able to go to places where there'll be big crowds at. And so I went down there the second time to kind of document the empty streets, some signs, and it just felt like it was ghost town. It looked like something off of Resident Evil or something, to where. Or I Am Legend, just nothing. Nobody was no life down there, no movement.
Just saw paper probably flying.
Yeah,
it's
crazy.
Into the street, and Bill Street is usually elbow to elbow.
Elbow to elbow, man. Like you're very aware of your surroundings, and you're just trying to make sure you always want to be safe and cautious. And people are having music, people asking for money. Like it's all kind of stuff going on downtown. And to kind of see it with nobody down there on Bill Street, it's like bananas.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
The way you captured it was just it was so cool.
Yeah, it was cool. I was down there with some of my other photographers. We was down there shooting, and we had a good time. But while we were shooting, all you could hear was the sound of our shutters going off on our camera. And it felt like, Ayana looked at me and was like, man, this is so sad. you know, because it was so quiet while we were shooting. All you heard was because we was just shooting, and there was nobody down there. So that lets you know how quiet and how shut down.
Downtown. This is downtown. Always movement downtown. So
yeah, the virus has affected a lot of people. As of right now, we have 1,359 cases confirmed in the city of Shelby County. We have 290 people that have recovered from those cases, and then we've had 26 deaths in the city of Memphis or Shelby County. So I think we have the highest rates in the state. I believe we have the highest deaths and confirmed cases because Tennessee has a total of 6,262 cases confirmed as of right now, and so and we have 141 deaths throughout the state. So,
but can you believe it's reaching up to almost 1 million in the United States though?
Yeah.
Like the numbers keep going up.
Yeah, 716,995,000. Like that's
crazy.
That's bananas.
Wow. And over 2 million worldwide. Yeah,
and over 150K deaths around the world, and over 33K deaths throughout the United States. So that's crazy. That's bananas, man. You know, there's a lot of stuff that's been going on with this coronavirus and how it started, from conspiracy theories all the way from stuff from China to 5G to oil prices, stock markets crashing. It's just so much going on, man, and people are putting out stuff on the internet, social media. It's like you don't know what to believe these days.
The news outlets just pull you in so many different directions.
Yeah.
You know, it has your emotions all over the place.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like sometimes you just don't you can't believe everything you see on social media or even on the media through your news channels, man. It's just like, you know, it's just so confusing, and I think it's just sometimes your common sense kicks in, and it's like I don't understand, you know, like I'm not getting it, and so, you know, those are just kind of topics we choose not to engage on, you know, in depth because, you know, to be honest with you, we don't have facts. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no facts. You don't have no facts unless you actually was there when the virus was created, you know,
and believe you me, it was created.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to have facts, and really what we're hearing is nothing but opinions, you know what I'm saying? Especially from the people, it's nothing but opinions, and what we think may have happened or didn't happen. And so it's tough, man, on your mental health, because, you know, you keep listening to opinions and you arguing with folks that got opinions, and your opinion is an opinion as well. It's like, why waste your time arguing with opinions?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Unless you just want to do it for the fun of it. But
just for a reaction.
Yeah,
but
man.
You know, like that quote says, believe half of what you see and none of what you hear.
Yes. It's just crazy, man. So, you know, we just, you know, it's affected us. You know what I'm saying? It's affected us and our business.
The business is really like on a standstill right now as far as weddings, photo shoots.
Yeah.
And things like that.
It's
on a pause.
Everything's on a pause. You know, I got so used to my Cash App's going off, my PayPal's ringing, money coming in with the business, and it like hit me, man, because it's like you wake up and you're not getting that ring no more. It's signifying that money's coming in. Like you're not getting notifications, and it's just like, yo, what's good? Like, and then it starts going on 2 days, 3 days, 2 weeks, 4 weeks. And it's like, bruh, like I don't have no assets you know what I'm saying, coming in, and I got this liability. I got all these liabilities here, and money's just coming out the account. And so usually when you got assets coming in, your liabilities are at least sustained, or it's going up, even though you have some liabilities coming out. But when you see your account here and then your money stops, and then all your account is doing this slowly, because bills are coming out that you have to pay for monthly, and you have to take care of your family, you have to take care of your food, and it starts to get real to you. And it's like, man, bro, like, I've been trying to save up money, but money's just coming out, and I don't have nothing to replace it with. And so
apparently these bill companies didn't get the memo.
Nah, they didn't.
That they safer at home, because they still taking theirs, like everybody going.
Yeah, they taking theirs. Yeah, they taking theirs, man.
Need to be safer at their home and stop automatically deducting these fees. Fees out the account.
Hey, they not stopping. They gonna continue to charge you. They not
it's
finna.
Like if work is on pause, then bills need to be on pause. Because if you don't have the money, if you don't have the money to redirect it there, what you, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true though, man. But then also that's from a a renter, or a leaser perspective. You know what I'm saying? But the business owner, they may have bought that property or that thing from a bank, and they probably got the bank to pay. So the bank probably they could be saying the same thing to the bank. Well, why y'all still charging me on this loan? Can't y'all just hold it out? No, you need to go to your clients and tell everybody they need to pay rent. It's a business. I mean, what can you do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Even from a small business standpoint, who owes money to the renter, but then the renter owes money to the bank. Like, what can you do? Unless something's put in place for the banks. You know what I'm saying? Or the banks step up and say, hey, man, banks got all kind of money, man. It won't hurt them to say, hey, man, you know what? Don't worry about it for the next 3 months. We got you. But they not finna do that.
Accounts anyway to put in the stocks.
All that interest they making.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they could have did that joint, but I just feel like in this type of situation, the higher ups are not showing enough love for the people, or compassion for the people. Like, you would think if you're a big bank, or you're somebody that's loaning out to someone, and you got the money, and it's not going to hurt you, that you would say, you know what, don't worry about it. We going to take care of this situation for all our people. Yeah. That builds credit for that bank, or that lender. You know what I'm saying? To say, hey man, they took care of me in the crisis. You remember people and companies who are there for you in times like these. But you know what I'm saying? This is America. You know what I'm saying? It's his business at the end of the day. That's my piece.
Yeah. Say no more. No
more saying.
Say less.
But yeah, man, it's affected us, you know what I'm saying? And, we've had to kind of sit here and just work on ourselves, self-care. I've caught up on projects. Trying to get my spiritual chi right, just trying to realign myself with God, you know what I'm saying? And then, just thinking about the business and where we could go with the business. And so some people are probably wondering, like, okay, how did the pandemic, what I'm saying, the shutdown, the coronavirus save your business or revive your business?
And I would say one of the reasons that it revived it is that it caused us to sit down and to stop and reflect on, okay, if we're not moving, how can the business work for us at a point to where we're not actively being in a place at a given time to receive money? We have to make the business work in a passive way. How can we create passive income for the business? So one way that this whole pandemic, saved our business was that it caused us to really stop and reflect on avenues of creating passive income for the business.
That coffee good, man.
Yeah, the way you was going.
I'm surprised
there's still something in there.
I was, you know how you on camera, you try to take a sip of it, and you try to be as quiet as possible. I'm over here like that. I was trying to be quiet as possible, man. Woo. Oh, but yeah, and I promise you guys, I ain't hear nothing you said. I was just. I ain't hear nothing you said, man.
That's an example of having a one-track mind because you just focus on the coffee
I was trying to get that,
taste of that coffee.
And then I was trying to make sure nothing got on my beard or my shirt. So, but I ain't hear nothing you said.
That takes a lot of focus for real.
I'm pretty sure the podcasters and the viewers heard what you said.
They did.
So,
but I'll repeat it for you. I said the one reason that this pandemic helped the business was that it caused us to stop and reflect.
Yeah, I remember that.
Ways to create passive income.
Passive, yep.
That's the main point. Create passive income for the business instead of, actionable ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what we been able to do. We've been able to reflect on. I guess in that moment we realized. Courtney, I'm going somewhere, okay? I'm going somewhere. I'm clutch now. I'm clutch. I guess in that moment we realized we was like, well, money's not coming in, and so it's something that hits me. Like when you read like Rich Dad Poor Dad, or you get advice from your financial advisors and people that is important for you in your life. Sometimes that advice don't really click at that moment, but when you go through a crisis and when you're at rock bottom, then it kind of hits you. You know what I'm saying? And so I remember it hits differently, man. And I remember my Uncle Gift, man. My Uncle Gift came to me. Gifford Fleming. Shout out to my main man, my mentor, Gifford. Cuz. He came to me, and we always talk about business, and we talked about my photography business. And one thing he said to me is that, Marcus, I love that you're doing photography, man. That's great. That's awesome. But I want you to think a little bit beyond that, because, when you're doing photography, it's not really residual. You know what I'm saying? It's really not passive, because in order for you to get that money, you actually have to be there, or someone has to be there to shoot it. And so if something was to happen, that would actually stop that stream. So that's, it's almost like a 9-to-5. You're doing your own thing. You're self-employed. You can call your shots, but it's not necessarily passive, because you physically have to be there.
And you can't make that money when you sleep.
You can't make that money when you're sleeping. And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. And so I always had some passive ideas in my mind, but I always put more work and more time into the 9-to-5 or having the footwork type of business,
and that's because that part was picking up.
Yeah, that part was picking up.
You really didn't have time to slow down and think of passive ways, because like you were saying at the beginning, the cash apps kept coming in, the PayPals people kept booking. Weddings, people kept booking for weddings, for photo shoots, for events. So it's like, when do you have time? Because
that's true.
Hey, I have to plan to be here. I have to plan to be there. So
and then so in this moment when all my photography gigs stopped and nothing was coming in, I understood what Uncle Gift was saying, but it hit harder when everything stopped and I looked to my left and right and I had nothing coming in. Mm-hmm. And in that moment, we should have had something passive coming into our bank accounts. Something.
Yeah.
And at that moment, it was like, I have passive streams, but I haven't been investing in them like I should have for times like these. And especially if you're running your footwork type businesses and you're not saving. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times it's not that we're not making money. It's that we're not saving the money. That's Uncle Gift too. In the words of Uncle Gift, he always used to say to me, Marcus, your problem is not making the money. You can make the money, but your problem is you can't save the money. Like you keep spending. You feel like every time you get it, you got to spend it. You know what I'm saying? And so I think, you know, in this what she was saying, one of the things that came to our minds was that we need to, for one, we need to save money, and we need to watch how we spend our money. But then two, we need to work on more passive ways to make income instead of these short-term direct ways where you have to be physically present to actually make the money. And so what are we talking about when we're talking about passive ways?
I mean, passive ways, pretty much creating a plan, having a plan in place of what type of content can benefit my audience or my viewers during this time. Can I create something tangible, create something that they can download, create a class, create a visual, something that can still continue to keep my audience engaged, even though I'm not physically present with them, or even people who follow me. How can I continue to keep them engaged so they won't forget? Because, you know, time continues to go by and people will forget. People can forget you or will forget you if you're not constantly present in their face, doing something, you know. So just planning and creating content.
So what we've decided, we've always, for instance, we've always had a t-shirt business. That coffee, man. I ain't even had no coffee. You ain't had no coffee. But we've always had a t-shirt business. It's an inspirational clothing line called HayBro Apparel. It started out as God's point of view, and we just never invested into it like we should have. When we first started, it was popping. People were buying shirts left and right, and then the photography business picked up, and then we kind of neglected it. And so I can only imagine if I had just stuck with that for the last 3 or 4 years with that t-shirt business, that could have been passive income. Like in this moment, you best believe, even though we're in this coronavirus situation, there are people still buying t-shirts. There are people still buying digital products. People are still shopping on Amazon. You know, we just went to Walmart the other day, and my man was walking out with a 57-inch screen TV. You feel me? Like, you know, we broke, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got no money, but like we'll spend money when we want to spend money. You feel me?
And when you don't have nothing else to do but
and some folks are getting them stimulus checks, and they like, hey man, we gonna get this, you know. People got a lot of stuff on sale right now. You know, prices have dropped. You know, this is quote unquote one of a great time to buy certain things, you know. So, you know, we're down and out, but there's still ways that you can still make money because people have something that they can probably buy from your business that they may need or want, or that they have their eye on for a little while, you know. So I've seen a lot of t-shirt businesses, they're running 40% off. Like their shirts that are normally $24.99 are down to $15 or $9. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a great opportunity for people to have some type of digital product. Like you said, online courses, you know, books, ebooks, PDF guides, how-to guides, you know, just something that you can just make money in your sleep, you know. And so that's one thing that we've learned during this time. And so we said, you know what, let's work on getting our clothing brand back up and going while we have the time now. And so that way, when things get back up and running, we would have did the lead work. Right,
and we can create some momentum.
Yeah.
You know, some more forward momentum. So the t-shirts, because people always, t-shirts will not, I don't think it will ever go out of style, because somebody somewhere will always want to wear a t-shirt. And a lot of people like to, you know, wear inspirational shirts now, shirts with a message.
Yeah.
You know, something to where I don't have to say anything to you, but as long, when you read this shirt, it's like nothing else left to say it. Nothing else left to say. What in the world?
Nothing else left to say it.
Yeah.
Like, no, Johnny, that's not how you say that. Nothing else left to said.
Oh gosh.
All right, then. It's the coffee not coffee.
Yeah, coffee not coffee episode. With you. So t-shirts, what else outside the t-shirt?
There's some other things that I've been working on. I can't really say right now.
Yeah.
That I've been working on with some digital products that I'm about to launch. So
all we got to do is ask you all, tell you all to stay tuned, follow our accounts, subscribe to our channels to stay in the loop. We got some great things in store for y'all. Something that y'all will be excited about.
Yeah, and in this pandemic, we our hearts go out to all the people who have lost their lives to this COVID-19. Yeah. And our hearts also go out to the things that the media is not shedding light on. Heart disease, diabetes, people dying from sexual transmitted diseases. You know what I'm saying? People who are in car accidents. We've had a couple of tornadoes hit our areas and hit the U.S. and people die from that. There's kidnappings that go on all the time. Babies come up missing. And the media's not shedding light on those things. But our hearts go out to a lot of people in America that's having issues and things going on in their families and with their loved ones that has nothing related to COVID-19.
Yeah.
And
has their own sufferings and people who are recovering.
Yeah.
They don't mention people who've gotten better. I've even known people, who got sick from coronavirus.
Yeah.
One of my friends, and she's doing better. They don't show those reports, those success stories. And they create fear in you to make you anxious and paranoid and create those mental illness symptoms in you. And the media, social media, the news, they can't tell us what to think, but they can definitely tell us what to think about. And with the news being consumed, with everything around COVID-19 coronavirus, that's all they're having us focus on when there's so many other issues. People are coming together. People are working together to get things done. Organizations, musicians, DJs doing live concerts on Instagram. There's so much good that has come as a result of this COVID-19. So I think it's all in what we choose to focus on as a community and as a collective. Yeah,
and that's so true. And we just want to encourage you guys to just, stay positive.
Yeah, stay encouraged.
And, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of things the country is not looking as bad as you think. There are a lot of positive things that's going on in our world. You have a lot of positive things to be thankful for. Just don't think about how bad the world may appear to be. God has blessed us all, to just be able to breathe. That's something to be thankful about. You know what I'm saying? Just to be able to walk and spend time with your loved ones. Just to be able to live through this pandemic and just tell the testimony, and we feel like this is a time where, you kind of just, reflect and think about where you are in your life, that job that you hate, that business that you want to start, your Christianity, your spiritual life, and where you are in your walk with God. It's just a great time for us to just sit back and take a break from the world and just, recenter our chi, you know what I'm saying? Get that balance back. So when things do bounce back, you would have gave your body time to heal. You would have gave your mind time to heal.
And rejuvenate.
Yeah. So there's a lot of positivity in this downtime that we feel though you need to focus on, not to take away the negative things that's going on in our world, but wherever there's a negative stuff, there's always positive things that you can focus on. And
follow what you choose.
Yeah.
Your perspective and what you choose to look at and view.
And you are what you think, you are what you think. So you got to keep your mind positive, and we hope you guys are encouraged by this episode that we did here today.
And so we thank you for listening, looking, laughing, and just having a good time with us. And we hope you please subscribe to this channel. We're going to keep you informed. We're going to keep you laughing, and we're going to keep you going for as long as we can. Once again, thanks for listening. We are out.
And we're reporting out of Memphis 901 COVID-19. I feel like we on the Hunger Games with in the town that we in. We on the Hunger Games. We Memphis 901 COVID-19 District 1.
District 19. That's what we call it.
Yeah, District 19. District 901. That's what we are.
District 901.
District 901 COVID-19.
Yeah.
Reporting. We're out.
We're out.
Peace.